evening. You're watching the late news on HKIBC. I'm Isabel Wong.
And I'm Edna. Here are tonight's top stories. Hospital authority head says it didn't try to cover up case of doctor taking lewd photos of patients.
Man turns himself into police, saying he murdered his wife in their To Kwang Wan flat.
And WikiLeaks founder arrested by British police and removed from Ecuadorian embassy in London.
The hospital authority has denied accusations it was attempting to cover up the case of a trainee doctor who allegedly took clandestine and lewd photos of male patients.
The authority's chief executive said protecting patients' safety was their main concern, and a hasty public announcement may affect investigations.
We're not going to hide anything. If we're going to hide anything, we're not going to report to police. So it's a balance of the cases.
Hospital Authority Chief Executive Leung Pak-yin made it clear today that they were not trying to cover up the case of a trainee doctor allegedly taking clandestine and lewd photos of patients.
I think the important part is when we have that similar situation, the first thing is to report to the authorities, like the police. Make sure that they have a thorough investigation, and if they think that there are obvious cases to charge our colleague, then we are going to review the case together with the police.
Leung added that the authority had acted swiftly, and the most important thing was to protect patients' safety before making a public disclosure which may affect police investigations.
The important issue is about patient safety. If we have any suspicions, we are going to urge on the safe side. We are going to stop the duty of relevant officer first, and then report to the authority. But whether we have a public disclosure, there's a separate consideration. But the important thing is to report to the authority, make sure that they're being under a fair investigation.
It is believed the 25-year-old was arrested in January when he was caught taking photos of a male nurse in the shower at Queen Mary Hospital. Police later recovered around 100 photos from his phone showing private parts of male patients. The authorities said it had alerted police and the student's medical school immediately. He has been suspended from all clinical duties and is on bail. A 40-year-old Filipino woman was found dead inside her flat in To Kwang Wan this morning.
Her husband has been arrested for her murder after he turned himself into police. Wong reports.
The 40-year-old victim was found by police in a subdivided flat in To Kwang Wan on Panching Street in the small hours of the morning. She had suffered severe head wounds and was thought to have been dead for 12 to 20 hours. The woman was of Filipino descent and held a Hong Kong ID card. Officers made a discovery after a non-Chinese man went to the police station at around 9 p.m. last night and told them he had a verbal argument with his wife that later turned physical. Police arrested the 37-year-old man on suspicion of murder. Authorities said the suspect was originally from Gambia. He arrived in Hong Kong in 2012 and requested asylum. He was given a temporary identity form while his claim was being processed. Chief Inspector Samuel Lui of the Kowloon City Crime Unit said a preliminary investigation showed the jobless couple had a quarrel that became physical. Lui would not say what the pair were arguing about, but he did not rule out money or relationship matters. He believed the suspect killed the woman with his bare hands, as no weapons were found at the scene. An autopsy would be conducted later to determine the cause of death. HKIBC.
The government says a decision has not been made on 900 hectares of land earmarked for village houses, following a landmark ruling on Monday that said indigenous male villagers could only build small houses on land they owned and not on public plots.
I think we have said quite clearly that for applications concerning private treaty grant and land exchange, we will not receive further application, and we will also not process further